Hello everyone. Today I want to focus on artwork that we can make in respect of Earth Day, and just using items that we've collected at the house to start with, and we could do an art piece and take these pieces here and cut them up into shapes and designs to turn into an art piece. So today what we're going to use is some cardboard, an old cereal box, some coffee bags, Hershey bar there, Stacy chips, and it looks like some tortilla chips as well for different colors. What we'll need today is a pencil, some crayons and coloring pencils and whatnot, okay, some scissors and glue. So I'm going to start cutting a bunch of shapes. Okay, that's from the old cereal box. I'm going to start cutting a bunch of shapes, and I'm going to do that for a little while, and then I'm going to draw out the idea and show you where that looks, or what's that looking like. And then so I'm going to do this in steps today. All right, so I'm going to use this scissors and cut out a bunch of shapes from these items for a little while. And then I'm going to come right back to you and then draw out the design. Okay? All right, I'll be back here shortly. All right, so from here, what I'm planning on doing is I've cut up a bunch of the coffee filters to utilize yellow. I took some of the Stacy chips to get green. I made long strips from the Stacy chips to get black. And then over here, I'm going to use some red and white. And the idea is to make sunflowers out of cardboard and whatnot. I also want to show that I cut out, hole punched a bunch of the Hershey package here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use these hole punch sections to fill in the center of the flowers as I start to make them. So a bunch of cut out red, and then you can see there's different shapes. I was going to try to make little triangles. There's some white and whatnot. So yellow, green, and then long strips of black. Then with the cardboard, so I'm going to cut long strips of cardboard and turn them into flowers up here. And then I was turning one of them into a vase. I think on each side of the vase we could draw something that is earth related, you know, ocean, mountains, meadows, sky, or any of your ideas that you may want, but that is an idea. So I'm going to pause it now and start cutting some more, and then I'll catch you up where I'm at. Hello, hey. So today we're going to do an art piece using items that we can find around the house. I want to stay in the Earth Day. We should do Earth Day all year long, why not, right? But recycled ideas. So I took an old cereal box, cut it up into little shapes. I took an old coffee bag and I cut that into shapes. So I was trying to get my primary colors, red, yellow, and green. And then I used pita chips to get my green, and then long strips of black from that same bag. And then I used a hole puncher if you have one at the house, and I took from an old Hershey candy wrapper and then cut that out. So I'm going to use those too. But now I'm going to draw the scene, and the idea is we've been taking a lot of long walks, and some of the things that we see on the long walks, the sandhill cranes are pretty impressive, right? So I thought sandhill cranes. I obviously love sunflowers, so I'm going to draw some sunflowers, a sandhill crane, and maybe a person here kind of interacting with the sandhill crane. It could be fun. It's going to be more in expressionistic, big hands, big feet, so kind of abstracty, but I'm going to go for it, okay? So I'm going to use something to draw to start it off. And this is on a cardboard that came out of a box. So this too would be getting thrown away or recycled, and I just want to do a bunch of art on recycled ideas. So we're going to try to do that. Now, I like to draw a couple things. So I'm thinking I'm going to put sunflowers back here, a bird right here, a person over here. So hopefully it works out. Let's see here. Okay, maybe I'll start with the bird. So just kind of an abstract version of a sandhill crane, right? Maybe you've got these kind of long necks. And then this sandhill crane is kind of just out there dancing, right? And they make those beautiful sounds. There's its body. And then let's do the legs. Whoop. Crane broke there, and that's okay. See that? I'm going to put its tail. And all this we're going to fill in. Okay. Now, so the sandhill crane there. And then let's say we'll draw a person over here kind of interacting with the sandhill crane. Okay, kind of doing the same thing. Reaching out its arm. Okay. And then the other arm over here. And then kind of doing a weird step with its leg. Feet. And then let's do some big crazy hands. Just for fun. And then kind of a simple eyebrow connected to the nose, mouth. Do some hair. Ear. Other eye. Now let's make this clothing make some sense here. Okay. Now I said person interacting with a sandhill crane, kind of saying hello, and then let's do this in a field of flowers. And my go-to for flowers are always going to be sunflowers. Just kind of like those. Those are fun. And it also gives me immediate background and pattern. So those are supposed to be leaves. And then so I know I'm going to put yellow around here. The little cutout hole punches of the Hershey I'm going to put in the center of the sunflowers like they're seeds. The green part of the Stacy chips I'm going to use for the leaves, the long black areas maybe for the stem and some outlining. Another sunflower. And what's fun is that everything I'm using here is something that officially just using that would have gotten tossed out, so it's all free. So if you make a mistake or whatnot, it doesn't feel too bad. You can always do another on another piece or whatnot. So I got 4 flowers, 5, 6. I want to throw in 7 items. So maybe what do you think? Do I do a small flower down here, or do I add in like a butterfly somewhere? What do you think? Butterfly. I'm gonna do a little butterfly. Thank you for letting me know. So now we have 7 items, and I feel a little bit better about that. Okay, so now I'm going to start gluing some pieces on and seeing how that comes out. And then for some of the pieces that are not finished, I can always add in color. So oil pastels gets your hands a little dirty, but that's part of the creativity, and it's pretty fun. Okay, so now I'm going to go grab a bunch of the items to see if I can start gluing them on, and you can also use tape. Okay, so almost making a plate of paint, but it's a plate of here's my yellow, and it's got a silver inside, which we could use. The black, and then the other side of it is a white. But I'm going to start with that first, and I'll put a little bit of glue, and then start making my sunflower. And you know, not too much glue, but enough to get things on there, right? And you know, you could take your time and really add a lot to it. Okay. So the sunflower, we all know the exterior petals are more of a yellowish color, and then the interior, where the seeds come from, are usually like of a darker color. Okay. So this is kind of fun, working on an easel today. And you get a chance to enjoy doing some of this today with you guys. Now I want to show you what I mean about the hole punch. So I'm going to do some of that in the middle. So taking the little hole punch, and let's pretend those are seeds, okay? Oh, there we go. You want to layer those up. And try to keep them on the dark side facing out. But if some of them come out white on the other side, that can be fun because, you know, sunflowers have that kind of grayish white vein looking line in it. So that can be more realistic. Now, you know, I'm hoping the art that I do is inspirational and gives you ideas, but I absolutely want you guys to do your own version and create. So like what I would say in the room here is I would say, hey, the idea is flowers, an animal, and a person walking and interacting. So if you decide to do something different, you know, let's say you pick your own favorite flowers, and maybe your favorite flowers are lilies or something, or gardenias, and then you pick an animal, and that animal could be something different, you know. But a person, an animal, and a flower. And then obviously an insect, right? Because I picked out a butterfly. But the concept is to have 7 items on your board or cardboard or canvas or fabric. 7 items. One floral, one person, one animal, and one insect, okay? All right, so that I can keep adding that. I'm going to add some more to the background in the yellow. And then I'm going to show you what the green looks like on the leaves. Okay. Kind of jumping all over the place here, but just to give you a little bit of a concept. And then I still have some blue from the coffee filters and coffee bags, where I can use blue for the person's shirt or jeans or something. So that would be blue, green, excuse me. Oh, hope that stay on there. Now, if you want, you could look online. There's some really great art done with recycled items or repurposed items, taking one item and doing a bunch of one thing. You know, it could be all one item, like shoes or buttons or whatnot. I'm just using things that were near for recycling today, and I just looked at them for color as primary colors, and then picked an idea of what I wanted to do with it. But some of this I'm going to have to help stay on. Now we're working on kind of a canvas style, or easel, excuse me. So this might be smarter to do it flat like on a table so it dries flat. But I want to work at an easel today. Look at that, that thing is not wanting to stay flat, huh? And that's okay because leaves are not flat in nature. So it's teaching me that, hey, this leaf is not going to be flat. And that's absolutely cool. Take a break. Put some glue down. And then we're going to use those tortilla chips. Tortilla chips have some really fun patterns. And I was thinking, you know, as an artist, we should get a chance to express ourselves a little bit more, right? And wear some funky pants. Kind of fun. Now some people might paper mache or Mod Podge. Could be an idea to make this really fun. It would probably work a little bit better than the way I'm doing it. Instead of, you know, you'd run your cut items through the Mod Podge and then put it straight on. And then you could actually brush over some more Mod Podge and then have a nice clear coat to it. I think it's really exciting. You get a chance to work with your hands, create something from nothing, and have some fun with it, you know. Do some really cool pants. I would like to have something like that. So the idea of this piece is person interacting in a field of flowers with a sandhill crane, and there happened to be a butterfly there too. Add some more glue. Right, so keep adding a little more glue here and there. Try not to put too much glue, but you have to add some more glue. In a couple seconds here, I'm going to move on to painting. Add some color in the background. I'm going to keep working on this. And I'm going to set up to start doing some painting. And then we'll clip back to doing the background and the paint, okay? Alright, so you see the idea now. We've been gluing a bunch of items. I'm going to add some paint now. And I think I'm going to do a real heavy outline ultimately. But I'm going to start adding some paint just to fill in. And what I really want is, again, for this to inspire you and see that it's possible and feasible to get done, and to experiment at the house and show us what you've created. I'm looking for inspiration and ideas. I want to see what you work on. So I'm going to add some purple to my sky as well. do want to thank Home Depot for generously helping us with a bunch of paint and supplies so we can continue the art factory here. Okay, this is going around a little bit. The Stacy chips given us a challenge there. So we went ahead and used another green paper that we found. Alright, so I'm going to give that a break there. And now I'm going to fill in some yellow for my sunflowers. And again, I was sharing that I want to do some heavy outlining. I am rushing. I don't want you to rush at the house. I want you to take your time. But I am rushing to kind of just give you a sensation of where the idea is going. And show that it's very possible to get it all to happen. And then I'm going to put some paint right over some of the mixed media collage glued up area there. And then some things move there. Obviously it's not dried. I'm making things move that I don't want moving. Right, so now use a towel, or you can use a cup of water to clean off your brushes. Let's see if this works here. So I'm going to do some stem colors. Let's do some green and also some leaves. And then for the sandhill crane, I've noticed sandhill cranes typically have kind of a grayish color, and then they have kind of a pinkish red area near the beak, if I recall. And the rest of them's kind of a gray. And then, we can always draw in the leaves. The feathers, which I think I'm going to do. Now, when I paint and draw, sometimes I want to pretend that the item itself is not flat, it's round, so like its torso, its legs. I'm going to come back. So I want to add in some of my feathers, right? Sandhill crane feathers. Right? And it's fun to draw into the wet paint sometimes. Add those petals. Alright, so maybe with the legs, I don't remember the color of the legs of the sandhill crane, but I'm going to give them pink. of my own color. And come in and draw into the wet. Okay. Now for the butterfly, I can use, now to balance my pink, maybe I'll put some pink over here. Maybe he's wearing a pink shirt, and then I think I'm going to add some orange for my butterfly. Since the cardboard is brown, I can use that color for fill-ins, like if I want to say my hands are brown, the face is brown, and neck and whatnot. I can do that. Or a shade of brown. I want to go get some orange and fill the butterfly. The idea is I'm going to maybe balance this orange somewhere else. So maybe the face is orange then. Fun. And then I did put down some red. Add some red. Some red shoes, maybe. Heavy outline, all that. I'll put some red in the butterfly. My sandhill crane got a reddish color, let's say. Red beak. And some color back there. Okay. Now I need to do the groundwork here. I think I'm going to blend that all up. Some different colors. Since I have gray there, I think I'll balance some gray over here. I'm going to kind of finish out my color and jigsaw pieces in. And if it blends a little bit, that's absolutely fine. Those in a second. A lot of times when you're walking around, and if you look at the ground, you'll see there's a lot of different colors in the ground, not just green or brown. It's all kinds of other fun colors. You can express yourself in different colors that way. That could be fun. I'm just using up the available paint and filling in those spaces. We talked about patterns before, where you could add in patterns if you want. Some words about recycle and reduce to save Mother Earth. That'd be fun. all kinds of different spaces now. I'm going to kind of do a heavy outline in black. Okay, so as you see, I've been adding in some heavy outline. You don't have to use black. You can use other colors like blue or something like that. But sometimes it's kind of fun to do a heavy outline on everything. It makes it kind of stand out. And had a good time doing this. Wanted to really emphasize that we can use items at the house and turn it into art, and then we can enjoy that, and it's a chance to reduce and reuse, and another way to contribute to better practices to help Mother Earth. And I think art is so important, and this is a way to express ourselves and appreciate items, turn it into an art piece. True creativity is taking something and doing something completely different with it. So this is cardboard, paper, cereal boxes, paint, glue, all kinds of stuff. And kind of just kept playing. Now you can add a lot more. Obviously I rushed to try to make something happen here for you, but you could have a good time, and I'd love to see what you guys make. I hope that you take some quality time on it and make it really fabulous. I look forward to seeing what you guys make. I'm going to let this one go, okay? So, I don't know if you can see that well enough, but there you go. That was kind of a quick piece. It was fun, and happy Earth Day every day.